All right, folks, so today we're going to take a look at these two little mini keyboards here, the Tuna Mini and the Panda Mini. Anytime you want to skip ahead in a video, you look in the video description below. There is markers. I basically just go over a little bit of the things. I had some problems with the software. I wrote to the company. They wrote back if you want to skip ahead of that part. Also check the blog post because I'm going to give you a warning. You want to check to see if the software works on your computer first for these little mini keyboards, because it didn't work on mine. So I'm going to leave a link to the software and the manuals on the blog post, so go check that out in the description. There's a link and everything. There's actually a link in the video here as well if you're watching this on YouTube. So check that out, and you can skip ahead, like I said, and let's just move on and get on with it. Here we go. All right, folks, so today we'll take a look at these two different MIDI controllers here from Worlde. As you can see, they're miniature in size. They're both very lightweight. They each have pads and a keyboard, of course. This one obviously has 8 channels of mixer, 8 knobs that continuously turn. These have 4 knobs that stop at minimum and maximum, and have 4 sliders as well, faders. This one has the pitch mod and stuff over here. The black one is a little different. Let's put on the sound here. Whereas on here, it's and it has the mod on there as well. So depending on what you need, this one has the bigger drum pads, or sample pads, I might say. This one has the smaller ones. One thing, by default, this one has them laid out like so. This one has it chromatically. So this kick and snare will be here. Hi-hat. Now both of these come with manuals that you can download and software that you can download online, and you can change parameters and stuff like that. However, I was not able to do so because when I downloaded the software and ran it, it did not work. I wrote to the company, and here's what they said. Okay, so before I show you the email response they sent me, that's the software there for the Tuna Mini. And this is what happens. It just opens to that. It's a blank screen. There should be things in there, set parameters and stuff like that. And this happens with both of the software. Both of the softwares for each of the different keyboards. And that's what happens. And here is the manual. And according to the manual for this, we should have a software window that looks like so. And you can control different things and set different things that have different banks for each. This particular keyboard has different banks that you can use by hitting the shift key, the shift, and then the 8 different pads here for 8 different settings of different things. But again, I can't get any of that to work. Okay, so after sending them an email explaining that the software did not work, and even sending them a screenshot of the software not working, the shot that I showed you of just a blank little thing there, they wrote back, "Hi Greg, so do you mean that you can't open the software editor for Panda Mini and Tuna Mini? As we just checked here that it's working for the software editor on our Mac system. Seems that your computer's got some settings that prevents the software editor to run on your system. Normally we suggest to try it on another computer. Please check." All right, so that's very interesting. So they're asking me if that's what it meant. Obviously that's what it meant. I showed them the screenshot. And then they're saying that I have other software blocking their software from running, but with no other explanation. First of all, this isn't 1998 where there's different drivers and stuff that block other drivers from working on your computer for different things. This is software running on 2018, end of 2018, and it should work. It's software. There's nothing blocking their software from working. And without any further explanation from them of maybe it's this software, maybe that software, who knows. And then they tell me that it's working on their system. So that is not solving any problem. It's like saying this is broken. Well, it works here. It works here, so it must be something wrong with you. So I don't have another system to test it on, and I shouldn't have to have another computer to use their keyboards, that software. So anyways, I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave comments in the comments below. I wrote back to them, but I have yet to hear back from them yet. Check the blog post. Maybe it's been updated. I'll update the blog post for this if they get back to me, or if they don't get back to me. Because I wrote back to them saying, yes, that's what I meant. This part here is what I meant. And basically telling them, well, telling me that it works on your system doesn't really help me at all. So I don't know. So let's get back to looking at the keyboards, I guess. So yeah, if you're using a synthesizer of some sort, both of them have very sensitive pads. The velocity is... So, I mean, you could go octave up and octave down. And this one has the octave down there. And by the way the light is flashing, you can tell how many octaves it's down, back up. Like I said, the software didn't work, so changing any of these parameters is, I guess it's hit or miss. You might get software that works, you might not. And so, as you saw in the email response, they didn't seem to really care that much. So, so you can change these parameters, and you can use these parameters with your software as well. You can control them. Whatever software you're using, I use Logic Pro, so I can set certain things within Logic to different faders and things like that. And that's all going to be your host. However you do it in your host, that's how you do it. So cool, there you go. Check the email, or check the blog post for an update on any support I got or anything, because I sent them the email. They didn't really, I showed you what they replied, and then it's been a couple days since they replied again, or if they're going to reply. They haven't replied yet at the time of making this video. So check the blog post with these MIDI controllers and where to get them. So pretty cool. There you go. Talk to you soon.